Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here with some more NTW3 for you today, and we have a glorious 4v4 here as we have Prussia already marching towards the French lines here. And we actually have a French unit as well in behind, it seems, over here somewhere. Look at this, a tiny little French unit managed to get in behind, managed to take out artillery. That's like a little Bedouin unit here. Some sort. I don't think that they'll take out the grenadiers, but they did manage to take out this Austrian artillery here. And that is a very good start to the battle for them. And got some cuirassiers here now rushing, trying to take them out. Job is done. They need to make sure that they fire at will of these grenadiers, because they do not want to shoot their own cuirassiers if needs be. Yes, in this 4v4 today, we do have Austria 1809. We have UK, Spain 1808. So we have a Peninsula army here today. We have Prussia 1806. And we have Piedmont 1796. So we have the two P's, we have Prussia and Piedmont, two great factions. I've seen Piedmont a lot more in replays recently, and being played generally. It seems like they're quite a good faction. Just got to keep them out of like line battles for too long. I mean, they're actually really good, but yeah, the morale's not so great, and they are certainly not great in melee. But yes, Austria and Prussia here certainly got a lot of good cav. Infantry is pretty reasonable. And Britain, I mean, their infantry is very, very nasty. Some say overpowered. We will see. I'm not quite sure what France armies we have here. Obviously, we do have the Egyptian campaign here, as we saw the Bedouins. I believe this might be the Egyptian campaign's infantry moving up, because I can see men with like that look like they are wearing like sort of like head, I don't know what to describe it. Headscarves, I guess is the way. That's probably how I'd best describe it. Any other factions I'd recognize? I'm not entirely sure. French are kind of hard to tell the difference between all their eras. This might be the Spanish campaign though. The Spanish campaign is usually brought. It's a solid faction, has a lot of variety, and relatively cheap on points when you're doing like a limit on points. Dragoons here, they're looking glorious. But yes, if you're enjoying the NTW3 action and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, and a comment showing your support. It really does help out the channel. And thank you for all the support recently, guys. We're working towards 8k subs, and we're slowly but slowly getting there. Got the camels here. These guys are feared in battle. I don't know if they actually are like in Rome 2, where the camels actually scare off horses. But that would be kind of cool if that was the case. But this is a big old unit actually of camels. Got some mercenary. I don't know what, like where they are, but like mercenary Egyptians, I guess, like setting up. I can never remember what nation they are, but yeah, they're just mercs. They're skirmishers. They're okay. They'll hold the line for a little while. There is a couple more French armies out here. What variety they are, I have no idea. Britain almost could be facing two different two armies. I mean, this one, if the general just expect the army to be somewhere in front, so this one would take on Britain. But I mean, this one could also double team Britain, but then that would leave a 3v2 on the other side. Has Britain brought any good cav today? King's Hussars, the Tabs, and then the Queen's Own Hussars. So yeah, some pretty solid units. The Hussars are pretty good. They also look excellent. Really do like their models. What else have we got here? More Hussars. Some Irish Hussars from Drogheda. So yeah, some good units there. Plenty of light infantry, obviously being brought by the Austrians. They can usually spam it out. Actually, it's kind of quite small, this Austrian infantry army. Not gonna lie. There were a decent amount of grenadiers. Yeah, some German grenadiers. Actually, a lot of German line infantry. Maybe he's brought good line infantry, perhaps. That is possible. Got a Jaeger unit out here. This is just having a few shots, scaring off those dragoons back there. Yeah, I mean, he has also brought a lot of cavalry, including a cuirassier unit here. Dragoons, what else? Chevaliers. Yeah, more dragoons. Yeah, I mean, these are big dragoons as well. 112, 97. Yeah, some big units of cav. So, I mean, that is going to be a worry for the French. Can they deal with all this cavalry? I mean, the Prussians also brought cuirassiers here as well. 115 of them. Oh, they got more dragoons. Yeah, lots of dragoons out here. And they brought a decent amount of infantry. like musketeers. A lot of it can't form square, so that's gonna be a risk for the Prussians. Is that obviously if the cavalry charge comes, they're just gonna have to hope that they can shoot them down before they get run down themselves. Fusiliers here, which look pretty nice, you know. A little bit of a green uniform there. Piedmont has got cav, I have seen it. But they have brought a lot of infantry, actually. They have grenadiers as well. These guys look awesome. Yeah, they're cav. I mean, they've got a little bit of light cav out here, but they've got a lot of cav really wide around here. Lots of dragoons and cavalry of Piedmont, and a lancer unit as well. So I guess they're just maybe pinning back the French cav, keeping it contained over here, so it can't be threatening the Austrians, or the Prussians really on the front lines. But yeah, the Prussians already firing. The little French unit's already appeared in front of them. But yeah, this was sent in by a member of my Discord. It was a battle done between the NTW3 peeps, like their Discord, against like some public room. So it's against some randoms. A few of the randoms I do recognize, so some good players on both sides here today. So this should be a really close one and a really epic one, that is for sure. It's definitely worth getting yourself some snacks, getting yourself some drinks, and preparing for some Napoleonic action. The Jaegers continue doing some sniping here. And we have got artillery set up on this hill here as well, 5-pounder. I don't know what these are firing at. They seem like they're very much out of range of anything. You got nuclear tipped rifles or something, guys? Or muskets, I should say. Uhlans here, I mean, they have a lot of infantry in front of them, the Austrians, it seems. I wondered whether the Uhlans would go for a charge while the infantry's on the march, but I mean, there is more cav waiting here. Looks like a little dragoon unit, looks like an Italian dragoon unit, perhaps. But here we go. Here is one of the French armies now appearing to face the British. It's certainly early period. I'd say maybe like Italian campaign, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, you can tell it's early period by the hats. The hats available. Got Leger here. I don't know, or maybe these allied troops. They could be Saxons actually. They don't look anything like French. Yeah, these look like Saxon troops actually. So it could be German campaign with Saxon support. These are Leger. I mean, these look like that. Yeah, they look like there might be Austria campaign or something here. But anyway, Britain will probably send them. I don't know. I'm going to believe Britain will send them packing because Britain rules the waves and obviously the battlefields as well. And Britain is just goddamn scary in NTW3 at the moment. Got the Saucy Greens going forward. Look, some great names here. The Potters. Oh boy, gotta love the Redcoats. Again, I mean, the Austrians are firing over here. I mean, I don't know what they're firing at. I don't know what you guys can see. I mean, I understand why the Jaegers firing. They've got good range. Grenadiers though, you guys are drunk. Don't know what you're firing at. Line infantry now coming forward though for the French is looks like the Lombard Legion or something like that. So it might be, these might be Italian campaign in fact. So yeah, they certainly look like the Lombard Legion. I've used them before when we did Mondovi. And also a very good battle. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen that one. That was a good slugfest between France and Piedmont in that fight. Piedmont certainly showed its skill in that fight. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the first fight is going to take place on this side. And yeah, the first volley is going off. Britain is getting this fight underway. They are taking the lead as they should. And their good Redcoat here should be able to fire 3 rounds a minute in any weather. You can see Britain's in a little bit of a getting flanked a bit here. Got these Leger that are threatening the flank. If they get around, Brits are in trouble. Yeah, they're having to turn their lines.
Sir, our general.
They've got plenty of cav here. And we've got Austrian cav also now shifting in this direction. We've got dragoons and Chevaliers coming across. Yeah, Austria now is in a line fight here, and we might be about to see a cav charge. Uhlans coming forward. And they're going to go straight for this light infantry that, yeah, is just appearing now. You can see the shots. And we've got a dragoon unit just behind. Are they going to get a shot off in time? No, they're not. So the Uhlans are going to get amongst the light infantry. But the Cav might rail out the Uhlans yet. They might be okay. Oh, they're going to go into the infantry. They don't give a damn about that cav. They're ignoring it. They're going in amongst the Lombard Legion here, which can't form square. It looks like the Ullin is going to maybe try and get out of there. It's a risk. The morale is low. Looks like friendly fire is being done by the French here as well, shooting into, into their own cav. And there you go. The Austrians have routed. But they routed a few infantry units as well. Looks like some like Lombard Legion or some sort that broke there. I think they are Lombard Legion. They're in like that sort of lime green shade, and that's the sort of colour that I recognise them in. Yeah, lots of skirmishes being set up over here by the French. Just trying to harass Prussia, really. I honestly don't know if Piedmont's facing an actual army. There's not really any French presence over here. There's certainly one facing the Prussians. There might be two, like two over here facing Austria. And, well, I'm not really sure exactly. But, yeah, it looks like the French are a lot more heavy on this right-hand side there on this left. I don't know. So, I mean, personally, I think Piedmont needs to push hard. Hard and fast. Yep. The line fight is, well, it's not really a line fight at the moment. It's just really skirmishes over here in the center. The real line fight is taking place over here against Britain. And he looks like he's trying to get his 9 powder out of here. This is going to be risky. Looks like he's going to be able to do it, though. The Austrian Chevalier is giving him good cover. And this artillery crew are just very happy right now that the French are inaccurate as hell. Look at this. Got Laguerre pushing over here. Really interesting tactic of seeing like light infantry supported by cav. It's kind of like almost like a spears with cav support, like you see maybe like in Attila or Rome 2. Really, really interesting tactics. Like they'll fire a volley and then you'll see the cav maybe go in, or fire a couple of volleys. And either the British retreat like they are, or they have to charge in and take out this infantry, which I'm sure, to be honest, I think Laguerre usually can form square, so that would be futile. And then when they charge in and they hit the squares, the French cav could go in and take out the cav. So yeah, it's a really good tactic, to be fair. And it's certainly keeping the British stumped right now. Honestly, it might require Austria to shift more troops here to the British right, so the British can keep shifting left just to deal with that flank. Austria, I know, relies on reserves, but they might not be able to take them. Oh, we got a lot of like crap infantry here being brought forward by the French. These men are like, there's like 200-300 men in a unit here. Yeah, that's quality over quantity. Sometimes in NTW3 will do you well. Yeah, Prussia here dueling with the French, and there is in fact a French army in front of Piedmont there. There was indeed. And now Piedmont's getting stuck in to the action. Yes, if you want to support the channel in any other way, guys, then I would recommend that you go and become a member. We've just recently started the member program up, and we have a cav fight. Oh boy, Britain had lost cav, but Austria looks like he's mopping up the French, and the French are sending in fresh cav as well. Chevaliers might lose that fight, but they have got the King's Hussars from Britain coming up and send those boys in, and they'll clear them up. But yeah, so we do have the member program now, so it gives you options to get early access to videos. You can get discounts on merch, which you can also go and check out. I'll leave a link for that in the description, and you can get loads of other really cool benefits. And yeah, feel free to join that if you want, or go and check out the merch or my Instagram. All the links are in the description. Irish Hussars here. I mean, they're coming across. They're going to need the cavalry here, but it looks like they dealt with most of the French cav here, and we have the Austrian dragoons as well, making sure. So yeah, France might be in a little bit of trouble on this right flank with a lack of cav there at the moment. Austria still giving ground, not liking this bombardment of infantry, and you know what? It's turning into a proper old slugfest. The French and the coalition forces look like they are evenly matching each other with infantry along this line. Piedmont maybe has a little bit of a flank here with his cav. That is possible. And they've definitely got a flank on with these cavalry units here. We've got a little Lancer unit here. And behind that, there's a Prussian unit as well. We have a Prussian Hussar unit here. And these guys, I mean, they're hidden. Well, this one's hidden for sure. That one is not. But I imagine they will go and try and annoy the French at the back lines. If they could get a charge on one of this general or something like that, that'd be huge. Prussia is actually on the advance here, pushing back the French in this area. What unit is this? Is this like looks like a Swedish unit or something? Oh no, Spanish. It'll be Spanish, of course. The Spanish. So yeah, we have the Spanish campaign here. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, these boys aren't really doing too much. Again, it's like the numbers and the quality. Like this Prussia army. It's before its reforms. It's like 1806. It's still got that Frederick the Great sort of look. But they're going to be good enough to beat those Spanish, I'm sure of that. There's a pecking order in Europe. This Prussia army is certainly near the bottom, but Spanish troops come below that. They're charging. Oh, it's over here. Prussia is making a rush for the guns. I don't think he's going to take him out. Yeah, his men broke instantly. It's a real shame. I mean, these are like big guns. These are like 8 or 12 pounders. They were definitely. Oh, they actually did get them. That's huge. Okay. Took out the guns. That's okay. They did lose the cav. It was a dragoon unit, but here we go. Another charge coming forward here. Austria now going in. And he's going to send in the cuirassiers as well to try and deal with these camels. Camels versus cuirassiers. Who wins? And you've got line infantry back here. All these like sappers. Just trying to take some shots on those cuirassiers. Honestly, just get the heavy cav out of there, Austria. It's the stakes. Oh boy. Yeah, you're going to run into the stakes for yourself killed. It's a really risky business here. He's losing a lot of cuirassiers just the stakes here. But he's getting in behind these lines. He needs to push forward, be aggressive. Oh, Franco is being equally aggressive against the Austrians. While Austria is like busy with the cuirassiers, his infantry line is being punched through. And yeah, he's lost his cuirassiers. So that is not good to see. So Austria is in a real bit of trouble here, guys. Losing dragoons, cuirassiers, lots of infantry. He needs to get his infantry back now. He's been super aggressive, and it has not paid off. And he's also engaged over here. Looks like the Egyptian campaign or the Italian campaign, whichever one it is. I think these are the Egyptians battling off against the German infantry there. I mean, God, looks like dragoons coming forward. They're going to chase the retreating men here, or they'll get that infantry in combat. It looks like they're going to break a lot of Austrians here, though. Yeah, more infantry being broken. This is not a good sign. Oh, there you go. I'm starting to see a bit of a mass rout here from Austria. We're seeing Prussia now throw in his lot. He's sitting in his cuirassiers to try and help save this Austrian center. Oh my gosh, it's just non-stop. I actually think we'll see a mass rout from Austria here. Yeah, I mean, the French just like chain routing. As soon as like one Austrian unit breaks, every other unit goes low in morale and effects. Britain also is getting fought out here. We even have British infantry. This is this Yorkshire West Riding unit. Stormers. I mean, West Yorkshire is clearly the inferior Yorkshire, so these men can quite happily die. But yeah, these are redcoats fighting redcoat Frenchmen. They're probably very confused. Yeah, look at this. Britain's getting overwhelmed now. Can he form square, save his lines? Building was lost. That was the ruins over there held by Austria. Yeah, this is not good. The coalition left in tatters right now. Piedmont and Prussia need to get a move on and try and influence the fight, because France right now is absolutely plowing through. The cuirassiers for Prussia are still alive and kicking. They might need to come center. And we have seen an Allied general lost. That was in fact Britain's general being lost. And also it looks like we're going to see Austria's general also lost as well, I think, as well. So this is absolute chaos over here. Not very good for the coalition forces, losing 2 generals in 2 seconds. The Drogheda like horse being sent in to try and tie these guys down, but they won't fight as effectively now they have no general. And it's just a mess down here. Yeah, the French infantry is also in here affecting it. And there you go, they're routing. And the British troops are starting to rout. And you know what? I was saying that these guys are OP and really strong in Britain. So don't seem to be so OP and strong right now. The Minden boys. Turn and face the Minden boys. The thing is, they can't really form up because there's nowhere to form, because the Austrian left is gone. They can keep retreating and just stopping. It doesn't matter. The French can outflank them. But the square did form. And these Bedouins will be sent packing. Cuirassier unit here, though. This is trying to scare off troops. What is this on? I don't know what that is. Look, the lion infantry actually is just broken. The cuirassiers have just broken there. That's a big loss. This unit looked like it's going to come over and maybe try and save the day. There is Austrian cav back here, dragoons, more Prussian dragoons. They need to just make a cavalry line here. Britain needs to just somehow get back to this Prussian line. But yeah, I mean, it almost seems like the coalition are down two armies in 2 seconds, really. They've just evaporated. Like, Piedmont is going to push hard now on this French army. I mean, they've got Piedmont's got a cav unit here, dragoon unit. They might want to turn this around and deal with the French dragoons. We are seeing a rear charge here from Piedmont going in with his cav. He needs to somehow take out a general of his own. Looks like he's getting in amongst the infantry, which is good, but no substantial charge anywhere. Has broken that cav of the French. Could he get his cav unit now and chase after the gen, or the guns, or the infantry? This could be huge. If you can get a rear charge on this infantry, mass route it. It's possible. Yeah, Piedmont right now is swarming the French on this flank. Really, it's like a battle of two sides, like two very different battles going on either flank. French cav here charging into the Prussians. Prussians, are, as we said at the beginning of the fight, cannot form square. And the camels are charging in. They're breaking through the Prussian lines. We're now seeing dragoons come up to counter-charge. Looks like the French broke through here with dragoons as well. They really need more men that can form square to the coalition, because the two factions they have left, Prussia and Piedmont, they're lacking in squares. Dragoons need to move over there for sure. France has been buckled over here, and they really need to now push hard to Piedmont, really, really hard. Because Prussia's now starting to feel the pain as well. Britain is all but gone. I thought they might evacuate out of there, but they were not able to. So Britain and Austria fully routed, I'd say. Massive, massive problems. Red is the French, and you can see on our right flank they are swarming hard. If the Prussians and the Piedmont troops can do the same, they've got a chance. But yeah, Prussia needs to turn this flank soon. He needs to just turn and almost pivot. And just almost disengage these French troops here, because he cannot hold when that French horde arrives on his left flank. Dragoons charging in here. They might rout these French troops.
The men are fatigued and must rest a while.
Also, I mean, the Prussians are throwing in their cav, which is certainly scaring off French infantry. But they can't lose it like this as well. More importantly, there's more French infantry to come, but they need to keep the coalition need to keep their cav alive. They just lost another dragoon over here. Need to keep that cav alive. And here we go. We're going to see a rear charge here by the dragoons into the back of these hordes of mercenaries fighting for the French. They should rout these guys pretty easily. And then we have the French coming in to actually like sandwich the Piedmont cav, and they broke as well. But yeah, Prussia needs to get right up in the face of the French now. But yeah, it is turned into a really interesting fight. I mean, the French have clearly won on this left flank of the coalition. Then on this right flank here, they've taken an absolute battering themselves. Got some grenadiers here. I don't know what nation they're for, but white and pink, very fancy looking. But yeah, they are running. And like I said, the Prussians need to start to turn. I turn their whole army, swing it, and just have a line of infantry ready to deal with this big old blob of Frenchies coming. They've still got a healthy dragoon unit here, which is good. We're seeing Prussian cav break back here. That little hussar unit, I guess, hunting for generals or something. There's artillery as well back here that could have been taken out. That's just been left at the back by the French. You might want to bring that forward. Britain has still got cav in the game, it seems. The hussars are back. And they're going to try and deal with some of these French infantry here. I mean, the thing is they're exhausted though. So they're not going to stand for long. Look at that, morale drops so quickly. Gone, just like that. Oh, jeez. The redcoat Frenchies killing off the British cav, and that was brutal. So that, I think, is now Britain officially out. Maybe I think they should have kept their cav hidden and just held on to it for a rainy day instead of just charging in. Got to hold on and look for a general. But I mean, this is what it's going to be then. I'm not quite sure how many French armies are still left alive. We still have like the Austrian campaign. We still have the Egyptian campaign. I mean, I think this is Spanish. I think all the French armies might still be alive, but there's just a lot of them are battered. But I might be wrong. There's a flat line of infantry here. I mean, Piedmont's healthy. They have seen little combat. Prussia has seen a bit more and has lost troops and a lot of cav in particular. Sardinia still has some cav, but not much. And you've got artillery dragging up this hill now. 6-pounders. Get them to the top of this hill. Start shelling the Frenchies. And Piedmont has like cav scattered all over the place. He's got dragoons out here. Yeah, Piedmont looks like he's about to retake these ruins that the Austrians had. It's always good. And we've got a Prussian cav charge on this side here. Like I said, they're really being aggressive with their cav. The cuirassi's going for another bite of the cherry, and they aren't going to break just yet. One volley and they probably would. So the Prussian line is holding for now.
We have killed their general.
A general has been killed. Okay, I think he's just retreating, so he just got shot by a... Like he was routing. I think he just got shot by a rogue musket ball. But that's huge anyway, still kill him. This Piedmont flank just needs to just turn, get into the village. Yeah, France is scrambling on this left flank with troops. Center and right, they seem okay. And here they come. The chant goes up. Viva the Emperor! Got some German-looking grenadiers here. They might be Saxons or something. Well, I hope the Piedmont's still got a like grenadier unit you can just throw in. It looks like they are fighting actually for the building already. Looks like a grenadier unit's in there for the Egyptian campaign. So they're going to need something tough to break through themselves. And we've got a cav charge coming down now from the French. Looks like some hussars and dragoons going in. Piedmont can form square with these units, or one of them. So that's going to scare the cav off just about. There's actually really routing. Yeah, Piedmont and Prussia are wearing down this French line actually. There's quite a few units that are on red morale. But France is actually flanking hard here. Look at this. He's still got this Laguerre out on the flank, just threatening the cav. So a really interesting tactic. I know I've already mentioned it, but I can't just take my mind off it. It's really, really bizarre. Now we have a counter charge by Piedmont cav. They're going to try and rout these Egyptian campaign troops. Failed, and the French are back in to charge Piedmont. It's back and forth with these cav charges. Form square here, and the grenadiers going in. It might just about break. I thought it was just going to break Piedmont just about. Don't know what this unit's doing here. Needs to stop firing down the line, that's for sure. Looks like Piedmont, though, might take this building from the French. We're going to see another charge here. This unit can form square. Don't know if it has. It has indeed. And Piedmont holds the building again. So the French fought for this building so hard. And now been fighting on around it for a while as well. It was all for nothing. Artillery going off. Prussia over here has just won a big cav fight and actually has routed this Laguerre as well. We have a musketeer, a guard musketeer unit as well. That has done a really good job. So we have Dragoons, the Cuirassiers beat the Laguerre actually. It wasn't a cav, well, it was a cav fight of such. One side had cav, the other side had Laguerre. I presume maybe they couldn't form square then. That's huge because now the Prussians could flank their cav round and threaten the French. I mean, there's just one little chasseur here, and then it's the general. This little Piedmont unit out here needs to start thinking about flanking. Just getting behind. The French are all busy over here. Look at the bodies. This battlefield is just scattered with them. And the French are retreating once again. They don't like these Piedmont volleys. And I don't blame them. They're pretty damn brutal. I mean, their accuracy is really good. Their reloading speed's pretty good. They're the perfect line battle faction. It looks like this French unit's going to break as well. Kill a couple more generals off of the French, and they might be in a good spot. Oh, the Cavs is coming over here just to kill this tiny little skirmish unit off. Poor guys. Gonna be put to the sword. Cavalry here being repelled by French infantry by the looks of it, but the French are actually chasing them down. What madmen. Yes, the Dragoons tried and failed, it seems. But yeah, Prussia, again, could be aggressive here, I think, with his infantry. I think he's got superior infantry, healthier infantry for sure. Could make a push up here. Piedmont charging in. I don't know how wise a move this is. Piedmont, actually, well, these are grenadiers. They should be fine, but as I said, Piedmont's infantry, like, is not very good in melee. Or maybe they're grenadiers. But they did break that unit of French, and now they're into the guns. They look like they're limbering up, trying to get out of here, and they are probably going to break these gunners. And the French counter-charging with looks like a grenadier unit of their own. And they did bring Piedmont, they did break them. But I think the guns are gone as well. Yeah, the guns are... they're not looking so healthy. Now we're seeing a counter-charge by the French. I mean, that's going to fail. This unit's already knackered. And that was a futile charge, really. Men are running, though. More musketeers. I mean, this line fight here is starting to take its effect, I think, on the Prussians. And the Prussians have lost their general. Ewan von Wettenberg is gone. He's not dead, he's just broken. It's still a big problem for the Prussians now without a general. don't want line infantry this. Grenadier unit that is, but it's in bright red as well. Just to, you know, confuse the redcoats that were here. Just even more. We have a charge onto a general here by Piedmont. Managed to get right in, straight down the middle as there's nothing here anymore. Going to take out these guns and also that general. It's not a gun unit at all, it's a cavalry unit. And Piedmont broke. But he did break the general, so that's something. Dragoons charging in here, and they might be about to see. We might be about to see a big flank. I don't know why the French player didn't put this unit of grenadiers on the flank. I do not know. That's like a. This is like a Wettenberg grenadier unit or something like that. It looks like their uniform. I mean, it should have been on the flank. It could form square. I mean, no other unit. If another unit can't form square, don't put it on the flank. So grenadiers here. I mean, this is looking like a guard, musketeers, grenadiers. And just some basic fusiliers. Got some good units here. I think Piedmont's just lost his general, hasn't he? Yeah, Piedmont lost his general. To what? A cannonball? Must have been. I mean, I can't see any artillery left for the French, but that's all I can think of. They can hit at that range. I mean, it won't be a musket ball, but yeah. So the coalition have no generals left. They're either dead or broken. I mean, the French, I don't think have got many, if any, left. Oh, they've got one here. I feel like with the protection of generals here today, should have done with some combat gens instead. But yeah, dragoons and cuirassiers watching on as the French retreat. Piedmont needs to push hard here, and so does Prussia, because they could swing and could destroy his whole right flank. Well, French right, their left. Brutal fight going on here. I mean, these musketeers of Piedmont doing their best. Really, they just need to charge this unit here. They can't stand it. They break these other little French units supporting the big massive like native infantry. Then they could just then charge as native infantry. I don't believe it will be able to stop a decent Piedmont charge. Still French cav out here. They still got Bedouin cav. Just, I mean, that's handy. That's good. Just on the wrong flank because the Prussians have cav as well. Or maybe that's why it's on the flank, because they want to avoid the Prussian cav. Cuirassiers. It's still this chasseur here as well. I keep forgetting about this guy. He's definitely just making sure that those cuirassiers don't try anything too dodgy. Like destroying an entire army. Definitely doable with those cuirassiers at this stage of the game. Looks like the French just generally in retreat. There's not much action going on. There's a few line fights here and there. Just waiting on the French to break really in a few areas. Or give up and retreat. Like, why is one French unit still holding on? I mean, it's going to get outgunned in a minute. I mean, it already is, actually. There's two Piedmont units shooting against it. What unit is this? It's called the Battalion degli Invalidi. Form square, though. It's always good. And there you go, look at this. The lines are shattering here. They finally gave in. They finally broke. Another French, the French left, and the coalition right has given in. There's a French cav unit here charging. Didn't go for this little infantry unit that's retreating. Form square, boys. Form square. Oh, it did just in time. I mean, it's going to go for the guns. They should have gone for these artillery here. Asking to be hit. The chasseurs here, though. Making it a little complicated. If the artillery can get off one bullet into that cav and break it, that'd be excellent. But, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. They're just reforming up. I do not know. They've managed to kill off that unit that should have been able to form square. And now they'll go for the guns. Oh, brutal from the cavalry. Oh, sorry, brutal onto the cavalry. The artillery did an absolute fine job there, managing to rout the cav, and they stayed intact. And now we're seeing a French general come up. I think this is the French throwing in the towel. And they are now going to try and do the same thing. I mean, the artillery is recently fired. I don't think they'll be able to get another volley off. Or maybe they can. I don't know. No, they are loading. Oh, it looks bad for the artillery. Fire when ready. This cav is tied. Oh, if you fire now, you have them. Oh no, they're dead now. That is a shame, but I think I think the general's going to rout this artillery. Well, it's going to rout one. And there you go. Well done. And it's actually requiring an entire infantry to turn around and go and deal with these guys. Yeah, Piedmont and Prussia over here, just cleaning up what remains of the infantry. A lot of Germans. A lot of Germans and a lot of grenadiers, funnily enough. And now would be the time to descend with the dragoons and the cuirassiers. Just charge into the lines. Looks like they're going to be able to take this one out. Dragoons here going in. Swinging those swords. Already caked in French blood. See a fair amount of action now. The cuirassiers is going to go in. They might be able to just break this Wittenberg infantry just by the sheer side. I'm pretty sure they can form square though. So that is, yeah, wow. Brutal. They broke both those grenadiers. I mean, that's all they're going to do. They're not going to try and kill any of the other guys off. They should try to kill this one. It's just charging at the cuirassiers. Like fools. Who would charge cuirassiers? But yeah, it looks like the battle is all but over, really. So I'm just going to fast forward now. We're just going to see where the French decide they want to die. I mean, they've got a few options. Really, they actually still have cav out here. It's still the Bedouin cav still out here. Being a problem, really should just charge it in. I think there's no chance they can really win. I mean, the coalition have no generals, so I mean, there's a bit of hope, but I mean, the French also have really just charged in their generals.
Their generals, sir. Now they must break.
I think was he just going after artillery crew back here? He has been going after artillery crew and was killed by artillery crew. Pathetic. That is what I can say to that. Imagine dying to an artillery crewman. But yeah, so now you can see that the French are just, they're going to get shot in the flank here from the Prussians. They'll break instantly. They already are. So it's just a matter of time until we have a end result. So I might just make a quick cut because it's just going to be a bit of mopping up. The French, aren't going to really make much of a turnaround. If anything notable does happen, obviously I will return. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment at the end screen. Okay, so we are back, and mainly just because it's actually kind of getting a little bit close. The Prussians had kind of cleared up, but I mean, it's just really the mopping up job still. But it's kind of getting a little bit too close. I'm seeing a fair few Prussians rout, and I mean, actually, the French are now just, you know what? As soon as I said that, the French will start to rout, and that is actually probably going to be game in a moment. As you can see here, the French just, don't have the heart anymore to fight it on. So there is it's still French all the way over here. What are you doing over here? What have you been doing this entire battle? Running away? Cowards. But yeah, so it's been an interesting one, that is for sure. I hope you guys did enjoy it. It's certainly been a really, like, battle of two sides. The French on one side, on, like, the right-hand side against the British, and the Austrians absolutely annihilated them. And then Piedmont and Prussia did a really good job and managed to really just roll up the side quickly and then turn the fight around. But yeah, that is really the fight all but over. As you can tell, we have the the remaining Piedmont troops going to hunt down that final unit. But yeah, if you want to send in your own replays, like I said, do remember to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. You are more than welcome to join some streams, and some battles as well. We do loads of them on the Discord as well. It's got a great community, almost 1,000 members there. So yeah, it's one of the best places to go and get involved with extra stuff. We also do tournaments and screenshot competitions, and just places that you can go and just have fun and just interact with other Total War members. But yeah, as you can see here, it looks like we're just going to see, these Swiss troops, Swissari? They might be, you know. I just charge in if I was Piedmont, just charge on him. These look like they might be a different sort of jackos, but yeah, that was a brutal volley there on the French. Now just charge. Or just let them break like that. That works as well. But that will be the end screen in a moment, I imagine. I can't see any of the French on the map. No more red squares appearing. And there you go, a victory for the coalition today. This one was sent in by Richard the Lionheart, who was playing as Prussia. Did a very good job. Nearly 1,800 kills. Jean getting nearly 2,000 kills as Piedmont, doing amazing with that fast-firing infantry. Azure playing as Britain got absolutely routed, really. Had actually a really small army, 1,300 men, getting only 260 kills, and then Fork number 2 getting just under 450 kills, as well as Austria. Well done to our gens, to Adria Bolkonski. I've definitely butchered that name, I do apologize. A coffee and cream, no sugar. And to Pitsivolos. I've definitely butchered that name as well, I do apologize. But yes, it was the Austria campaign, Spanish campaign, Egypt. That was 2 Egypts, in fact. I thought it was Italian campaign, but it wasn't. 2 Egyptian campaigns. Interesting. I mean, yeah, certainly getting some great kills here with the 2 Egyptian campaigns. Austria did okay as well. I'm getting just under, just over 1,100 kills. Quick look at some of the unit stats. Cuirass is getting 194 kills. Musketeers getting 169, that's the guard unit. Dragoons 148, same as those musketeers there. We had some solid kills there for the Prussians. But there you go, guys. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're not here, and I'll see you guys in the next NTW3 action.